welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're talking about the movie Resident Evil Apocalypse. This particular movie, its predecessor, and the following sequels are based on the ever so popular line of survival horror game series of Resident Evil. The first movie was good, don't get me wrong, but when we got to the third movie, things got more wayward and went off far into the deep end. It's a messy series with no cohesive direction, but this movie is by far the best you're going to get out of the live-action adaptations. These movies may not be accurate to the games by any means, however, this movie in particular is by far my favorite of the series. Borrowing some elements from the second and third games, while having some nods to Code Veronica, this film is very entertaining and thrilling alike. The movie story follows Alice, having escaped from the Umbrella facility, finds Raccoon City overrun with the undead. Along with a group of survivors that includes Jill Valentine, she must find the daughter of Dr. Ashford, who will then provide them a way out of the city before it is nuked by Umbrella in a cover-up attempt. Meanwhile, they are being hunted by the Nemesis, another one of Umbrella's experiments. When I say that this is the best movie out of the whole live-action series, I really mean it. With the exception of the character of Alice, who is a character not from the games, this movie is by far the most accurate to the games as far as they come, when compared to the other lackluster movies, with the exception of the first film, of course, because I actually like that one. What I really liked about this movie overall is simply how it's the best representation and embodiment of the games, while transferring it to a whole new different visual storytelling medium of film. When we were first introduced to the character of Alice in the first movie, who was fantastically portrayed by Milla Jovovich, I will say that it was jarring at first because of the fact she's not from the games whatsoever. But when this movie came around, I wound up coming to love her character, unbelievably so. People are always saying that we don't have enough strong female leads in movies, but they always wind up forgetting about this movie. Her character of Alice seriously kicks so much butt in this movie, it's ridiculous. The fact that we also have the beloved characters from the games, Jill Valentine and Carlos Oliveira, it makes this movie even more better than it already is, and Sienna Guillory and Oded Fehr both play their roles respectively perfect. Without a doubt, the film's many fight scenes are simply some of the best memorable action sequences out of the whole series, especially with the encounter with the Lickers at the church and the combat sequences with the Nemesis, who is supposedly one of the best bioorganic weapon experiments from Umbrella. I will say that this movie did give the character of the Nemesis justice for the most part, but the only thing I didn't like is how his character is killed off super easily by the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. I mean, in the game, he had multiple transformations and had a much more prominent role, but overall, I just wish he wasn't sidelined like he was in this movie to help move the plot at a faster pace. I may be nitpicking here, but when filmmakers want to make a movie based on a video game, I think they should perform thorough research of the source material before they tackle the project. Then again, movies based on video games are pretty much doomed to fail. This one, however, is not overly impressive, but I still had a fun time with it, unbelievably so. Given the fact that it's not too accurate to the games, there are some other things I don't like about this movie. For instance, it would have to be the film's clunky written script that makes it feel dumbed down in some instances. If anything else, this film is completely void of any actual character development, whereas I just didn't care for any of the other characters besides the three main leads. Overall, Resident Evil Apocalypse had potential to be a better film, but in the end, I was actually impressed with it for the most part. It's not a perfectly well-crafted movie by anyone's standards. However, it's still one of your better video game movie adaptations out there to this very day. This is easily a movie that never loses any sense of rewatchability, as it is super fun. I give this movie a B. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up with my real reviews.